to your location from wherever he is.
Is that a ritual? Is it a spell slot? How does that actually work?
We're going to call that like a one-time ritual thing. This is
Yeah.
a thing that Ekon won't be able to do again until he's got access to higher magic.
Is this...
If you decide to summon Beldross, you will still physically have the Phoenix Egg for later consumption in case you want an omelet.
I'm just picturing a Phoenix omelet. So Beldross the angel?
Yes.
At the end of does he go back into the oubliette, or is he free?
Do I know that?
As far as you know, when the way that the spell is designed is you would have to cast it. The way Kristen designed it anyway is when you cast it, it would summon the Phoenix forth from the egg. It would be bound to you for some indeterminate amount of time. You don't know because you kept killing his phoenixes. But after that, the creature would be left to its own devices.
Oh, well, that's probably a no-brainer for Ekon then.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with the and I don't know, like, have I learned any lore about like phoenixes? Like, are they creatures that can be reasoned with, or are they just elemental spirits of vengeance? Where does Ekon lean on that one?
Phoenixes they're elementals, so they kind of have like an unknowable mind. They have intelligence of a sort.
Yeah, I think I'd lean towards the celestial in that case.
Okay.
The phoenix would be better if we were gonna be actively managing it after the fact.
Plus, we'd be freeing a celestial who's been trapped here for thousands of years if we end up getting home.
That's gonna look really good on Ekon's permanent record.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean, once Ekon gets back, he's the high priest of air, and he is waging a war of vengeance on the invaders. Like, that's... I hope none of you were under any impression it was going to go any other way.
Oh yeah, we could put him forward as the High Aethar.
Just keeps the egg. Just he's like, oh, I get to summon the angel. This is for later. Like, you want to drop meteors on my town?
Yeah, you like theoretically you could summon the angel, then arrange to take the egg back home and then redesign the spell, and then summon a phoenix at home.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing: if you the angel doesn't know who we are, so if you bring him here now, he won't know I'm coming here to kill Aslan Rex. He won't ping Aslan's radar necessarily. He'll know that a celestial entered his realm, though, and he might go, "What the fuck's going on there?"
But when you cast this summoning spell, the creature will be bound to Ekon for some period of time, and
like
obeying his commands, kind of thing.
There are several things.
This is, and then for my edification, is this a summoning, a conjuring? Do you care?
Is there a difference between those two things?
There are monstrous differences. Summoned creatures are brought there via a tether that remains lying across the astral plane, and when they're dismissed, the tether just or when they're dispelled, the tether just snaps and they go back to where they were. Conjured creatures are physically and spiritually brought there whole.
This would be a conjuration then.
Okay.
Because he's already physically here. You would just be...
Yeah, so once the spell runs out, he'll still be there.
Yeah.
That's
what would have happened with Kristen's phoenixes. Ekon would know this from studying the spell to hatch the phoenix egg.
I don't know. Like, I'm kind of leery about just dropping, like, we have an angel, and just dropping him in the middle of a situation and going, get our enemies, seems...
He came here to kill Aslan. That's why he's here.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not what we were told.
Yeah, we don't know anything about that.
He came here to wage war against the enemies of air. We don't know who that was.
I'm pretty sure we were told he came here specifically to hunt Aslan.
Because he was sealed over in an entirely different realm.
Lamortia.
Yeah.
The final thing on the list here. So you sent Darkwood out seeking for Aslan's phylactery.
Yeah.
Yup.
Okay. Word comes back from Darkwood that he has located it.
I'm actually kind of interested to see what his phylactery is, because I don't know. Out of character.
You're given a location in Darkhan. Farther afield than you've traveled previously. It would require Vistani assistance to reach this place. On physical maps of Darkhan, the types of that Victor has drawn up or pulled out of old libraries, reliquaries, and things, it's difficult to find a location in the realm that is physically further away from Castle Avernus. Going to this place that Darkwood alleges he has found this phylactery requires Vistani assistance, and getting there without Azalin knowing you're traveling there would require some thoughts. It is a nondescript graveyard in a dead part of Darkhan that Azalin has not resettled in probably centuries.
So rather than keep it close at hand, if Darkwood is telling the truth, he has hid it at some place where he thinks no one is ever going to look for it.
Darkwood thinks that if you think just because it's far away from Castle Avernus, it means it's not close to hand, then you haven't been paying attention.
Well, I mean, not in his castle where someone might look for it.
It's probably through a door that goes right up to the graveyard.
Yep, he quite literally, again, would like to remind you that he spent his nights not in our house, but in his.
Alright, so how do we get the phylactery?
So yeah, Darkwood is very convinced that this location is correct.
So we could use the Raven people to get us to the phylactery, but once we have it, it's a pretty safe assumption that as soon as somebody touched it, it's gonna...
So, again, like, the issue with, like, we have a location, but we don't know what Darkwood has not reported what the object is. Correct?
He knows where it is.
Okay.
That's it.
So
he didn't give any information. Is it guarded? Is it unguarded?
it could be something as small as a ring, something as large as a 15-ton boulder. I don't know if a lich would do that.
Well,
That would
so
be
if
amusing, but yeah.
If you want to set up the mirrors, if we take the mirrors to the location and then set them up and then grab the phylactery, Aslan will be there in a flash.
So,
That actually makes sense.
I mean, if you want a way to get his attention, grab his soul.
so you're talking about not assaulting Castle Avernus. But
Again, why do we need to assault the castle? We need to get in the castle to search it, I was my thought.
right.
We don't need to go there to fight Aslan.
Yeah, if we could lure him to another location where we have more of an upper hand, but I don't think we should assume that this place, if he's got his something that important hidden there, we should assume he has a lot of resources to tap in that location. I mean, it's a graveyard for starters. Everyone buried in that graveyard is suddenly going to be on Aslan's team.
Well, we can always send a letter to Strahd saying, hey, guess what we found? I mean, if you want allies, enemy into my enemy.
I mean, I would love to do that, but I kind of feel like Strahd could tell us to just screw off. You don't have that. You don't have his soul.
Yeah, Victor's going to start composing a letter to Strahd when he finds this out.
A letter's too slow. You want to do sending.
Why don't
I'm
we
still
just
not
do it to
convinced
Strahd?
that like sendings can't be intercepted.
Yeah, I think Vistani transport letter is probably a better way to go.
Okay, so you hire Vistani to take a letter to Castle Ravenloft in Barovia.
Yes,
This is going to cost you 50 pieces of gold.
that's fine.
Okay?
I'm very interested to hear his response.
And the letter leaves your village.
And they just pocket the money and never come back.
Probably.
Probably get intercepted, but you know what?
398. Okay. I'm gonna go. Did we actually already subtract the 1,400 gold from Van Richten, and the 2,000 gold for rabble rousing?
I don't think we did.
I'm pretty sure you had done that last week out of the money that you took from
Yeah,
the
we've
tower.
been. Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure that because I didn't do that, and I was seeing if anybody else did it. I just
Okay.
removed the 50 gold pieces though.
Do we want to do some actual downtime actions now.
All right, so we found the angel. 3. The phoenix is taken care of. I'm just marking everything down. Tinny and the ravens. So the only like, outstanding question that we had was is something we could talk to the angel about when everything clears up, and that's Giannis and Denny's immortal souls. So yeah, cool.
You did. I don't think we can even use a wish to bring back. The only thing to bring back Giannis, I think, would be Darkwood.
We could use a wish to restore his body.
Darkwood is a priest of a real god, so he's got that going for him.
Now, did Darkwood come back, or is he still off the field somewhere?
No, he came back and gave his report directly to your
Okay.
face. That's how he was back talking you.
Okay.
Does he have 9th level clerics? But can he cast True Resurrection?
He's the only person we know who might have access to that kind of level of magic.
This is more of an academic question. Like I don't know necessarily if asking him to revive 2 people that have been dead for close to 3 years is even a good idea, but I don't know.
It's within his purview to do, but he is not going to do it.
Yeah, I didn't figure he would. I was just wondering if he could. Like, Mr. Darkwood, man, how powerful are you? Can show me your muscles?
He shows them, and they're really impressive.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. Let me see. Where is my? I'm trying to find my document I made with all my stuff that I wanted to do during downtime.
So, do you guys want to do 1 month, 4 weeks of downtime action?
Just
How
one
long
month?
am I spending researching this spell?
It's just something that's going to happen. I'm not going to worry about actually tracking the time for that.
Okay.
That's one of the resources that you had gotten to play around with.
Okay. All right. So I have a question about the fabricate spell.
Okay.
This is going to be fun.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you read the description. Let me know when you have digested it.
Treble said the F word. What's your question?
So, you convert raw materials into products of the same material.
What's your question?
So, if you're doing a complicated object, like it mentions you can make things like armor, and like how complicated of an object can you make? Like, can I throw all the ingredients into a barrel for gunpowder, and then boom, I have a barrel of gunpowder? Because the barrel of gunpowder is, I guess, a singular object. I've always been a little confused about fabricate in that sense.
This is a 4th level spell.
Yes. But they mention that you can make armor, and armor is more than just metal. It's metal, leather, and it's a lot of interconnected locking pieces. So, again, what is your complexity ceiling is the question.
Does it say you can make armor?
Yes, it does. Creatures or
Yeah,
magic
okay, I see it
items
here.
can't be transmuted. Yeah.
You also can't use it to create items that ordinarily require a high degree of craftsmanship, such as jewelry, weapons, glass, or armor.
Unless you have
the proficiency with the type of artisan's tools used to craft subject. So if you have the proficiency to make gunpowder, you could use this spell to make gunpowder.
Right.
But I'm gonna.
Okay.
I don't think. No, you are specifically trained in powder arms, aren't you?
Yes.
That depends on the campaign setting. But if they exist, the
No,
Artificer-
we specifically.
Oh, yeah. Oh right, yeah, she shot somebody once.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was a thing. Yeah, Jeannie can absolutely use this spell to create a keg of gunpowder if she has the raw materials. Because she specifically knows how powder arms work. You have that proficiency.
All right.
We established that in session 3
Yeah, you're right. I forgot.
when Jeannie shot a guy
that's-
for no reason.
That's literally Chekhov's gun.
Wow.
Who
Who would have thought that was going to come back in session 80 to actually be helpful? Man, sure glad I shot that guy.
But okay.
Last time one of my players just decided that gunpowder existed, it like haunted my ability to run the game for 5 years. So, why can't I get away from the magically appearing kegs of gunpowder? I don't know.
Okay. So, second question. This might be less relevant if we're going to assault the tomb wherever the phylactery is instead of actually Castle Avernus. But I was thinking about making cannon, like literally fabricating cannons and gunpowder with the fabricate spell, because that's a thing I can do.
Yeah.
Like if I have the materials, and guess what we have mines of? Copper and tin, which is used to make bronze, which is used to make cannons.
Can you fabricate a really big bomb for the graveyard? What if we just?
It
blow
has
the
to fit
graveyard
within a 5-foot square. Whatever I fabricate.
I'm gonna assume that means like a keg, like a large barrel of gunpowder.
Right, yeah. So like my thought was I can literally one person arm an entire artillery squad if we could get people to man the artillery.
You're gonna teach people proficiency with artillery pieces?
They would I could teach them how to use it. They don't necessarily have to have proficiency. They literally
Treble.
just going to be standing there shooting cannons.
I'm gonna say it was going to require a weapon proficiency to fire a cannon properly.
Oh
To
darn!
what
Yes.
end?
To
what
assault the
end?
castle. Like this was like a thought for like assaulting the castle.
Genie calls all of Evie's silver knights in, like, all right, guys, new plan.
Like I mean, I have an entire engineering squad that I've been training for like the last 3 years.
Okay.
I mean, you could leave them a couple cannons to defend the realm when we're gone. I'm not opposed to that.
When has Genie ever fired a cannon?
You tell me you don't think Jeannie has ever fired a cannon in her life? You know how many times she's woken me up in the night? She's just firing a cannon off at like 3 in the morning.
Bet you a Buffalo Nickel I look on her character sheet and she doesn't have a weapon proficiency for it.
Well, no, it's just firearm
It's just
proficiencies.
firearm. That's not the same thing.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't mean you can't learn it or that you can't use the cannons unproficient. That might be fun.
So
Basically, what that would mean is if you like give Victor, like, hey, just fire this thing, he would make it to hit roll. He wouldn't be able to add his proficiency bonus to it. That's what it means to use a weapon you're not proficient in.
yeah. Like this, like is a like I don't. This was just an idea of like another resource we might be able to get. Can anyone think of a use for such a thing? If nothing else, I could make a very large bomb. I could I guess make gunpowder bombs.
You can make barrels of gunpowder that you can
Right.
then try to ignite.
Ignite with a fireball in a graveyard. That could be fun.
Setting off a lot of explosives and then also deploying glass mirrors seems like two plans that don't go together.
So again, this was just this was a thing that I was thinking like when we were still kind of like for sure assaulting Castle Avernus.
You would also need to source saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur.
Right.
Charcoal you have in abundance. And sulfur, well, you know where there's a sulfur pool.
Yep.
I don't even know what saltpeter is, if I'm being honest.
It's yeah. I actually know how to make saltpeter. in
I
real
kind
life.
of know what it is because it was in an adventure game I played called Return to Mysterious Island.
Yeah. So I guess I'll shelve that
Okay.
thing. It's good academic thing, but like if we're not going to need cannons, like it also like there's the whole thing of like getting people to man the cannons while we're in
So
the castle.
trapping the graveyard with a bunch of bombs gives us a potential way to escape if the mirrors don't work.
So yeah.
Okay. I shared my draft of Zachiel's character sheet. And that are the spell components you would need.
Oh, is that all?
We do not have enough money for that, Destil.
Well, then you can choose some of those spells to not be on the spell, or you can know the spell and not have the component for it. I don't really feel like editing the sheet too much.
Like we legitimately do not have that amount of money. The hell's a Squester?
This is the blue sky phase.
We need to bring it back down a little bit. We need to just bring it down to a 7, Destil.
These are 7th level spells. Good job.
Yeah, but anyway,
Wesker is a 7th level spell.
Okay.
but other than that, I have a month of downtime planned. So
Yeah, let's go ahead and get some downtime actions going. You guys are going to have 4 work weeks at minimum. You can take longer if you want, if you have other things that you want to do.
5, 6, 7.
I'll tell you this for nothing, you're not going to get any more resources handed to you for the finale. That list of things that we just took an hour covering, that was all the big boy stuff that you get. So if you have other ideas, it's going to have to come in the form of taking downtime actions out of Xanathar's.
I am... I'm going to make one change to this. It doesn't change the time, whatever. Okay. So, Jeannie is going to be spending all of her time making permanent magic items.
Okay.
Essentially, the entire month. I need 1,500 gold, plus I think I would like to have my attendant make healing potions, at least 1 per person for an emergencies. That's another 250 gold.
I'll let you, since we're taking a month to do this and you guys have a lot of resources anyway, I'll say you can source healing potions at cost, 50 gold per.
Okay. All
So
right.
however many you feel like you want to carry.
Uh,
Having everyone carry at least a couple is okay.
yeah, because, you know.
Sometimes you can use it to save someone's life.
Yeah, that's primarily why we keep them on hand.
So I'll let everybody decide like what kind of healing potions they're going to carry. So in that case, I
Now,
will.
when I say healing potions, I mean 50 gold healing potions.
Yes, no, that's what I mean. I mean
Okay.
like how many they want to carry. Chini is just going to carry 1, and then I'll put 2 aside for Orson. So I'll lower this to 150. So I need 1,500 gold plus 150, which is 1,650. All right. So at the end of the downtime, Victor, you no longer have. I already took away the infusion. What I'm doing is I'm making permanent versions of the infusions, so I can use my infusions.
Yeah.
On myself.
Okay.
So Victor, boots of flying.
You already took them away. Do I get them back?
Yeah, these are permanent.
Okay. Yay.
So these are all permanent items, unless Brick Road tells me no. Cloak of Protection. Both of those require attunement. You already have 1 attunement slot in use, which is why I asked, by your Sniper's Eye. In addition to that, Victor, you get a bag of holding, a permanent one.
Ooh, goody.
I figured
Right, genies, and the genie's like, here, you take this and break it. It's yours.
the reason being is if we've got to very quickly deploy mirrors,
We
they
want
don't
this
need
thing
to both
on.
be in the same bag.
Correct.
So one of the mirrors you're going to place into your bag and one you're going to place into Victor's bag.
Well, hang on. These are potentially extra-dimensional devices. Is it safe to put them in a mirror, or put the mirrors in a bag? We should probably check that first.
You get to create the mirrors first. I don't think you guys have
Yeah.
actually built them yet.
Right. Evie, Headband of Intellect, permanent. Evie, you gain necrotic resistant armor. This also requires attunement.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Uh-huh. Ekon, I don't have anything for you because all your attunement slots are taken up.
Yep.
Edmont, your Cloak of Protection is permanent. And I think
Okay.
your other 2 slots are taken up.
By the way, I
Yeah.
already given Victor Cloak of Protection. That came from me, so you don't have to give that to him one.
Really?
Yeah, I made one for him.
Yeah, she can do that.
I mean,
I don't remember that, but okay.
I remember
Did-
that.
Okay.
What, bug protection? Yeah.
All right. Then I'll just. Then can we switch that to Goggles of Night?
Do those require attunement?
No.
They don't require attunement.
Victor, you have a pair of Goggles of Night, so you have dark vision for 60 feet. Since you cannot make light and are a squishy little human. A permanent bag of holding for myself, a scroll of catnap, and 2 scrolls of dispel magic.
Okay.
That is 1 month of downtime.
What level are those dispel magic scrolls? 3.
3, yeah.
Okay.
Can you actually make make upcasted scrolls? I don't think you can.
I don't see why not.
You just
No,
have to
but
use the different base level of the spell, right?
Yeah.
It's
No.
contingent on you creating the spell, yeah.
Remember, half caster.
Yeah.
My dude. My upper limit is 4.
All right. So that's
And
all
that
Eugenie's
is-
downtime. Does anybody else
It
want to take downtime
sure
actions?
Is.
The main thing Victor would do with 4 weeks is try to figure out how to get to the phylactery without being seen. So I don't know, that'd be like research or.
That sounds like your bag, man. You're the cartographer.
Yeah, we can call that research.
How much gold we have to spend on this?
I haven't subtracted the gold that I just used yet, but I'm going to. We also got to save gold for building the mirror.
Ooh, how much does that cost? Actually, we need to mark that off to begin with.
So I just used 1,650 gold.
Like before anyone spends any other money, we should mark off building the mirror.
So what resources are you bringing to bear to build this mirror?
So Evie has, since we've been escaped from, or since we got back from Lamora, Evie has been putting aside silverwood, copper, tin, glass for when Ekon put aside for his greenhouse. Evie took some of the glass for that, so she has put aside some of like the basic raw materials. But in terms of magical materials, I'm not sure what I have to add to that.
Don't you have an incomplete schematic for this mirror?
I do. I have that. I have the schematic.
Okay. So
Actually,
Didn't we also say we were going to contact Sedgwick and Ray?
Yeah, they're supposed to.
And
be
they said they were.
consulting on this, right?
Consult with
Yeah,
this.
yeah, they were going to come and consult.
okay.
Ekon. So
Yeah,
I
we
could
have-
make a single 5th level spell scroll, but that'll cost 5,000 gold. I don't see that as being reasonable. So instead, I think Ekon will devote the entirety of this downtime to working on the magical side of the mirror, both providing spellcasting, components, research.
Okay.
He's got a pretty wide skill set.
So Ekon and Victor.
I do have, I think, gem casting is one of my proficiencies somehow. We got gem cutting.
Yeah,
Ekon and
Yeah,
Victor.
duelist tools. So that
I
might
do remember
be
you were
Yeah.
interested in that. Yeah.
Both of you decide how much gold you're going to invest in research.
Victor kind of want to spend at least 200. It's kind of important.
Okay. What about Ekon?
Ekon would spend about 1,000 on the research for getting the mirror schematic.
We have enough to spend 300. I think research only gets you up to +6, would be like 300 gold.
Oh, is that?
It's an intelligence check. You get a +1 bonus per 100 gold that you spend,
Mm-hmm. Is there a ceiling?
up to a maximum of +6.
Yeah,
It's
so
+1
600.
+1 per 50 gold spend is what it says, I think.
It says you spend at least 50 gold on materials, bribes, gifts, and other expenses. That doesn't get you any bonus. That just gets you the research. Under resolution is where it says you get a +1 bonus per 100 gold spent beyond the initial.
So you need to spend 650.
Yeah, so 650 would be what Ekon would spend on the mirror research. Can I work with someone on this to get advantage?
You and Victor can. Victor is researching the graveyard.
Yeah.
That kind of.
I
You'd
need
have
someone to work
somebody
with
else would have to work with you to get any.
Is
kind
this
of
Arcana or
it's an intelligence check.
intelligence? Okay.
I mean, like, I would do it, but I'm already kind of
Yeah,
spoken
my int
for
is only +2.
Evie.
Evie, however, you have an awesome headband.
that you can borrow.
Evie has a lot of things she needs to do during this downtime.
Do you mind if I borrow your headband?
Yeah, you can use it. No, wait,
And
I'm
then-
gonna need it. I'm gonna need it for 1 week. You can
Oh.
have it for the other week.
How long does research take?
Are you going to
1
do
week.
4 weeks?
Okay.
So you're going to make 4 rolls, basically.
Okay. So I'll do 3 of those with the headband, 1 without. Is there anyone else? Can Trieste or Albernearthy or any of our other people help with this?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. And
No,
Cedric
no.
and Ray haven't shown up?
Cedric and
make-
Ray can help with the actual construction of the device. You're going to have to
Okay.
have all your ducks in a row with research before you get to that point.
Can I shuffle around and make the headband intellect for? I could poop out a uncommon magic item in 2 days. Like, being an artificer is stupid.
In like
It's such a dumb class.
If I'm researching for 8 hours a day and I have enough spell slots to have enhanceability for 8 hours a day, can I take advantage on it?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do that.
All right.
All right, so I get 3 researches. The first one is at +2, and the others are at +5 from the headband. 4.
Well, how about this? Because I have enough spell slots
Mhm.
to give you 8 hours a day. No, I don't. That's a second level spell, so that's 3,
Let's
4.
not overcomplicate this. He's already
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a solution. Let's just go with his.
So is it +2 and then +4? What's the headband?
It sets your intellect to 19.
Yeah, so +4, and then the gold I'm spending is gonna be plus another 6. You said
Yes.
so +8, plus 10, +10, +10.
All right,
Yes.
just give me the 4 numbers.
Yep. First one, the +8 is a 12.
Okay.
Second one is a that's 20. It's a 26. Third one is a 22, and the final research is a 29.
And Victor, same thing for you. I need your 4, just 4 numbers.
I'll knock off that gold.
Is anybody going to give Victor assistance on this?
I don't think so.
Are
don't
you
think I
in
can.
town?
What's that?
Are you in town?
Yeah.
You can take
Genie,
Orson.
make me a wand of enhanceability.
Yeah, okay.
There, you have advantage.
How much gold did you just spend, Ekon?
650 times 4.
It's like 2,400.
Yeah, you just eat all our money, don't you?
It's gone. It's all
That's
gone.
that's what Destil does. Like, if you don't watch it, he literally just shoves it all down his, like, gaping, like, in a gaping, like, furnace in his chest.
Victor is going to spend 2,000.
But it's usually for a really good.
Okay, so how much money do we have left? We're gonna make a $3,000 mirror to trap an ancient lich.
Oh, we have
got-
4,000. That's not quite right. We have 4,800 right now, and Zachiel has not bought any spell components.
Brick, first, I'm going to think it's a straight intelligence, so I don't get my fun dice.
Straight intelligence. Yes.
Oh, that's so
Not a
sad.
skill check.
Why is there a group line that doesn't add up with math like with O?
The first one's going to be a 23.
Okay.
Oh, I've just been editing this. Oh God.
The second one's gonna
Oh no.
I'm waiting for Victor's numbers.
be another 23.
Okay.
So 23, 15, 23.
So one more.
Yeah, 11.
Okay. Now I
Not
make
too
some
bad.
rolls. Bear with me one moment. Okay. This might be going badly for Victor.
Since when do things not go badly for Victor?
Okay.
Oh, this is not good, is it?
As it appears.
All right.
Victor, may I have your character sheet, please?
Into the shredder.
You are now a vampire in service described.
This is rough. This is a DM fiat situation. By the way, Ekon, I rolled no complications for you.
Okay.
Your research went swimmingly. Victor, on the other hand.
Just remember, I did not sign the F Me Up fan papers.
No, you just decided to go poke
No,
around Aslan's...
That's just a formality. You're all signed up for F Me Up, fam. Just
I feel like if we went to court, it would like any contract would not sign up, just would not last scrutiny.
Victor,
Yeah.
in researching this graveyard, you can't physically travel there, and you can't meet with anybody who has. But in searching ancient documents of when the lands were previously settled, the most recent time that happened many centuries ago, and you become aware that the graveyard itself and the surrounding areas are teeming with inert, corporeal undead. Do you understand what that means? Zombies, skeletons, ghouls, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
One of the old scrolls that falls into your lap, that somebody manages to find for you, you pull it open and immediately fall ill. The illness only lasts for a couple of days. Consists of raw, dry throat. You have difficulty swallowing and taking fluids. After a few days of care and Ekon casting spells and whatever. Oh, he's not. No, Ekon's casting all his spells on his research.
I've got so many spell slots on top of that.
So I mean, like Jeannie makes you chicken soup out of like mechanical chickens, whatever she's got to do. For an additional 500 gold, I will tell you the details of the curse you just contracted.
What good is money if you're dead?
That's we have it.
Yeah. What fun attributes did I acquire?
People need to start running it by me before they just say, by the way, I'm spending 3,000 gold on this thing.
We might need to spend more downtime to get the materials from the mirror.
So, Victor, amongst the corporeal undead, zombies, skeletons, ghouls, things of that nature that are unintelligent, I'm drawing a distinction here between animated corpses versus, say, a vampire or a lich who is an undead but has intelligence to it. I'm also drawing a distinction here between non-corporeal undead, which would be like ghosts, will-o'-the-wisps, and whatnot.
Yeah.
Typically, when you fight zombies or skeletons, they fight unintelligently. You can't really give them commands. They don't really understand tactics. They kind of just go for the nearest source of meat. The curse you have contracted involves any fight with these kinds of undead, skeletons, zombies, ghouls, and whatnot. All of them are going to go after you as often as possible. You are a homing beacon to this sort of undead creature.
You told me that was a curse. That's not a curse. We're gonna have fun with that one.
I feel like I can set you up to help you with that. I don't feel like that's insurmountable by any means.
So you had to pay 500 gold just to learn the ins and outs of that curse.
That was worth every penny.
For another 500, and the remove curse spell, I will let you remove it.
I don't know if I want that removed.
I don't know if we have the budget.
All right.
Yeah, these guys just took $4,000 and flushed it down the toilet.
I was
No,
building
no.
the mirror.
That said, Victor, you have a lot of lore about this graveyard you can cash in.
Ekon's literally like filling in the gaps on the instructions on how to build your mirror. This is your plan.
I have
no
you
right to-
at 9 pieces of lore about this graveyard, Victor. That's not nothing. That is a lot of good information, provided it gets cashed in. Ekon, I think I've got you down for 11 pieces of lore about the mirror itself.
Okay.
I'm just going to fast track it with Sedgwick and Ray doing the construction, and maybe Jeannie helping as well. You could construct one of these mirrors. You guys have the material resources already set aside, right?
Yeah, Evie already set that aside. I also have other lore I can contribute if we need it. But it sounds like Ekon's got it covered.
Okay. Do calculation on my end. So you have two options here. Option one. It's going to be 2,500 gold per mirror you want to construct.
Yeah.
That's with all the lore that you get, and that's with Sedgwick and Ray. Option two is, while researching the schematic, you think you can channel the energies from your existing mirrors into a new pair to reduce that cost considerably, but this risks breaking your existing mirrors. So you can cut the costs in half, but then we're going to roll to see if your existing mirrors stop functioning.
Okay, so we need 5,000 to make the two. Is it 2,500 per pair or 2,500 for one?
2,500 per mirror. This is
And we need 2 for the spell to work.
You need 2 for the spell to function. The mirrors need to be facing each other.
All right, how much do we have left?
4,800 gold.
Oh, we're pretty close. I feel like if we cash some stuff in, we can get there.
All right.
We can just take another amount of downtime and to make money, right?
Yes, you can.
Like-
We have some treasures we haven't sold, I think.
Right. Like, has Evie taken her downtime?
Evie
No,
has
not yet.
So that was Victor. That was Ekon. We've done Jeannie. That leaves Evie and Edmont.
Evie, do you want to go first? Do you have a plan,
okay.
or do?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what Evie's gonna do a couple things, and I have 4 weeks, right?
Yep.
Okay, so one thing she's gonna do is she's gonna spend 1 week going around town using her insightful manipulator ability. She is going to try to determine if Aslan has a spy in our village.
Make me an investigation check at advantage.
All right. Can I apply anybody's bonuses here?
No, because you don't.
Okay.
Unless Edmont is going to assist you in this. He's the only other person who hasn't used up all his downtime yet.
No, I
think he has things he guys to do.
kind of have things that I'm kind of
You know what?
figuring out.
Edmont doesn't work for you anymore. He works for Mephistopheles now.
Yeah, I've known for a while that Edmont doesn't actually work for me. I don't think he ever worked for me. He saved my life at the tower, so Evie, I think, no longer has beef with him. He's just going to go his own way, and she's just got to be okay with that. Okay, investigation. This is going to be a 23 to investigate.
Okay. You do indeed find a young woman in the town that you come to believe is working as a spy for Aslan in much the same way as the man that you met in Christen's tower. You are also reasonably assured that A, she doesn't know that you've got Zachiel squirreled away in the village. Actually, I'm going to make a roll on this on my end. The Zachiel thing you're pretty for sure on, that she doesn't know. She does have connections to the Vistani, which means it's possible that Aslan knows that you guys are funding Vistani destabilization in his realm.
Well, I don't think there's a way to unfuck that at this point.
As for the rest of it, she's also aware that Darkwood is off doing something at your behest. But you don't know what she knows, and you have to now decide what to do with her.
Okay, so right now there's stuff going on throughout the realm that hopefully Aslan isn't paying attention to us at the moment. I feel like this woman has to go before she can report to Aslan what she knows. Does anyone else have thoughts on that? Or is this just me?
I think you should absolutely prove Victor right about everything he said about Evie.
Like,
What
a
do you mean?
public hanging is not the way
No.
to go here.
No, this is going to be
No.
quiet. This is going to be quick and quiet.
Like, you sneak into her house. Like, if you're going to kill her, you sneak into her house and you just cut her throat when she's sleeping. That's
Okay, my
That's it.
insightful ability, or my insightful manipulability lets me determine class levels. This woman is not like a super powerful wizard. She's just a commoner who works for Evelyn.
Correct. Functionally, I think she'd probably have the stat block of a spy, which is like a CR2 job, basically.
Okay, someone I could easily defeat if I needed to.
Yeah, for sure.
Just go in with her familiar and sneak attack.
Or let Edmont take care of it. This is literally his training.
You up for a hit, Edmont? I think we need to do a hit.
Okay.
So, Evie, you give the order and send your werewolf out to kill this woman?
No, I'm sending Edmont the Shadow Monk, who is very quick and quiet and discreet.
To kill this woman?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes?
she's a spy.
Evie, make a dark powers check.
Yeah, okay. That's a 15. You went quiet. I don't like that.
You guys are
I'm entertained.
giving me a lot to work with back here. Evie,
Uh-huh.
you sent Edmont out to work under cover of darkness.
Mhm.
You spend a few hours that night in your room in the manor, looking out over the village, anxiously waiting for Edmont to return and tell you the job is done. The whole night, you watch mists rolling in from all directions, covering the village streets, rolling in through the river into the gardens in front of your manor house, over your newly reconstructed bridge. Edmont, roll initiative.
Sure.
Yeah, let's just do this upright. Which book do I need here? This one.
Can we assume that I would go in under cover of Pass Without Trace?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Okay. I will knock off a key point for that.
I'm just going to give this low-level NPC who absolutely did nothing wrong.
she's spying on us.
And with
Edmont's
good
on a
reason. You
15.
guys are plotting regicide.
We're explicitly not plotting regicide.
not
We don't
regicide.
think it's possible.
You said 15?
Yeah, Edmont's on a 15.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 14.
You win initiative, and your target is unconscious, so she is surprised.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and put a knife across her neck. That is a 29 to hit.
Okay, roll damage.
Is it-
Remember,
is
it's
it
an
an
automatic. It's an automatic crit. So you're within 5 feet, and the target's unconscious.
Are you not up to 8s yet?
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, gross. Let's hyper risk that into an 8.
All right, what's the total damage on that attack?
That is 16 points of piercing damage.
She wakes up and cries out and is not dead, but she's bloodied.
Okay.
I think you have more attacks, sir.
Yep. Yeah, I do have more attacks.
Not a smart idea, Evie.
21 to hit.
Yeah.
You're looking at 10 points of slashing damage from that second hit.
Still alive.
Martial arts. 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
6 points bludgeoning damage from that last hit.
And that's enough. So not quite as clean as Evie probably wanted it. But she moves no more.
Just punch her in the head.
Edmont, about this time you hear footfalls coming up the road to the woman's house after she cried out.
Cast invisibility.
Okay? And do what?
8 point. And leave.
So just out the window?
Yep.
All right. Edmont.
Sure.
Murdered a woman in cold-ass blood.
She's an enemy of the family.
Give me a dark powers check.
I'm sorry.
13.
13?
Yep.
Okay. The next day, there's news in town that there's been a horrible, bloody murder. Everybody in town hears about it within hours of sunrise. This is on the heels of about a month or two of relative peace since the Firebird attack. And yeah, the murderer is still at large. Nobody has any idea who did it. The guys had to break down the door of this woman's house, went back into her bedroom, and she was slaughtered. Her throat was sliced open, and her head was crushed.
Just picturing like a clean slice. She wakes up and lets out a gurgled scream, and then like he just panic stabs her. She's still alive, so he just punches her in the forehead.
Yeah, he specifically killed her with bludgeoning damage. He had to drop the people's elbow down.
Yeah.
So is our village covered in mist now, or can only I see that?
No, I mean, everybody saw it that night as it was rolling in. So that's the story. The mists rolled in. This horrible murder happened. There's a murderer at large somewhere in the village. And it sure would be nice if our Duchess will do something about it.
We will we will use every resource available to investigate.
So was Jeannie, Ekon, or Victor brought in on this plan? This assassination?
I think she kept this just between her and Edmont.
All right.
All right, Ekon's there the next day doing his best Columbo.
Yeah, Victor's an investigator.
Victor, Ekon, Jeannie, are you also going to get in on this? Investigate, find this out?
No, Jeannie
Okay.
has got we've got
Well,
like
during the downtime?
Yeah, this won't take up any of your downtime. Victor and Ekon, give me separate investigation checks. Jeannie, give me an insight check at advantage.
That is
Edmont, you can relax. You've done good.
All right,
Let me-
so Ekon got an investigation of 20 guidance.
Victor got a 23.
23.
all right.
And Victor got what?
28.
28. And what did Jeannie get?
19.
Evie,
Well, hold on. Let me. Can I add my?
you can add
guidance to
whatever
this?
you need to do.
Okay. All right. Cool. 22.
22. Evie,
Uh-huh.
I need a deception check. You've got to beat a 22.
How's 29?
Okay. So yeah, Jeannie, you do not know that your sister is behind the murder.
Jeannie would not care. To be clear.
Okay. Give me a second to do a roll on my end here with a couple of these d20s.
I should not have done this.
Edmont, you killed the woman with a knife, and then when she woke up, you just martial arts her, right?
Yeah.
Did you go into werewolf form to do this?
No. No, I did not.
Victor and Ekon, you've seen deaths like this before, and there's only one man in town strong enough to do that kind of damage with his bare fists.
Orson.
Orson uses a spear. Yeah, both of you are very convinced it was Edmont. What's interesting, though, is there's no claw marks or bite marks or anything. He hadn't transformed into werewolf. He just broke into this woman's house. The knife slash is a little interesting. because typically Edmont does not use a knife.
You're gonna go find Edmund.
So yeah, Edmont now has some splaining to do.
I
Actually,
think I'm gonna go to.
yeah, let's take a break here. Let that stew for a while. And when we come back, we'll find out if Evie and Edmont are in trouble. And then Evie still has 3 more weeks of downtime to go through.